Hi there, I'm Doug, and this is my channel, Adventures in Glass. This is a spot where I show you lots of different things you can do with thrifted glass. And I know a number of you really enjoy watching me build these sculptures. These are things that we can use outside on the deck, on a patio, out in the garden, somewhere in the yard, just to add a little sparkle. You might make some smaller ones as tabletops for somewhere in the house. So we've got lots of cool ideas. If you're new to the channel, thanks for visiting, and make sure you subscribe so that you can be kept up to date on the newest videos. If you're a returning subscriber, I really appreciate that. It makes it really exciting when I read some of the comments and things that you've said about what your projects are and how you like these projects. Okay, so what are we doing today? Well, I've got some things in the kind of brown, amber, golden color range, things that are sometimes not that easy to find. At least I haven't found that many of them. And as I've told you before, I have to take a little time looking at my pieces and trying different things to see what'll work. So I kind of put these together and cleaned them up and thought, okay, this could work. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take this nice golden cylinder that we have, and we're going to take a plate, might have been a charger of some sort for tabletop. We're going to put that on top. Now the top surface of this is nice and smooth, so it'll match nicely against the top of this cylinder. The bottom is pebbly, and I think I can get that to work with my next piece, which will be this vase that'll go on top. And it's actually a little wobbly anyway, so we'll get that to work on this pebbled surface. So we're going to take that piece and this piece and get started with a nice, fairly tall sculpture for the garden. Okay. Now, one of the things that I've sometimes try to share with you is why things look right to me, or why I combine certain things the way I do. And usually if I'm having two pieces and separated by a plate or something, it has to look like there's a kind of a flow right through the plate, so that you have a line that seems to continue up through the plate, kind of almost matching these edges, and then on up or down. At least to my eye, that makes sense. If you put something too big up here or too small, proportionally it wouldn't look right. It wouldn't look like it was part of the structure of the sculpture. At least that's the way it strikes me. Okay, we're going to use what? Here's the quiz. What do we use? 100% silicone as our glue. I also use what? A turntable that lets me do some of that construction. Step 1, completed. Step 2 is going to be putting this one on. Never hurts to have two turntables. Okay, 1, 2, 3 pieces. Good so far. Next piece. I was lucky. I picked up a set of 6 of these candlesticks recently, and I think they were marked at about $1 each, which is crazy cheap. So here we're trying to figure out what to do for a topper on here and how to end it. I could just simply leave it this way. Seems like there's an opportunity for something to be up there. I did plan to do this, but it looks a little dark, a little heavy to me. I mean, because I feel like I'd almost want to put something else on top of that. And at some point you have to stop it all. So I might take something like this single candle holder and put that there. To me that makes sense. If I can see well enough to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to lower it a little bit so I can see down on top. Alright, let's go with this. And I've got a glass bead that is pretty much in the same color range. Kind of did this on my glass Valentine. That was a red one, like a cherry on top. And there you have today's construction. A sculpture made of some really nice amber glass, a little golden touch to some of it. It'll look great outside in the garden or out in the yard, on a deck, a patio, wherever you like. I think you should try it yourself. Go to a thrift shop, find some glass that's not too expensive. I don't spend that much, maybe $4 or $5 on a real special piece, but most of the time it's $2 to $3, if that. And your other supply that you're going to need is your 100% silicone. If you can't find it in a hardware store near you, order it online. I have a link below the video in the description. I also have lots of other things that have worked for me in terms of fairy lights and other interesting things you can add to your glass sculptures. So give it a try, and hopefully we'll see you back here in another week or two. Thanks.